Oh, hey there. All right. Welcome. I'm getting ready to go camping. And I've got a lot of my stuff here that I'm going to try and get all situated. I've made mention before, I've been in the military, so I've done the Army way of camping. I've done Boy Scout camping. I've done all kinds of camping and whatnot. And I enjoy it a lot. I'm getting back into it. I'm getting my Jeep ready for it to hopefully hit that first adventure here real soon. And doing that, I was thinking, there are other worlds. I say worlds. No, I'm not being weird. Worlds in people's worlds, like their lives, their culture, the way they do things. In the US, I've seen how we do camping. When I was in the service, I was overseas, and I saw how other people camp or play army, as we like to say it. But I never really got to see how other worlds, not just like Canada or Mexico on our continent, but on other continents, maybe like Australia, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, places that do camping. I wanted to see how someone else in a different culture might do their camping. So that's why we have taken ourselves all the way over to Jeonju, South Korea. We are in the great area city of Jeonju, and we're going to see how Koreans camp. We're going to check out a bunch of stuff, stores, dollar stores, grocery marts, all the kind of places that people go to get ready for their camping. Coolest thing is, I've already seen about 5 Jeeps here. This is really cool. So I'm pretty sure they camp just like we do, but we're going to go check it out. We're going to talk to a few people. That's right. I went to Jeonju, South Korea. And the reason why I picked Jeonju is I actually did a kind of a quick research, and I found a really cool camping place, Camping Gore. And from the very few photos that I've seen, I just fell in love with the place. I want to show you guys what I've discovered going to Korea and exploring a little bit the ways in which people go camping. I'm hoping this will be maybe a 3-part little mini series of camping life in Korea. Now, I won't be camping in Korea. I had a bunch of other things that I was doing there. My plan was to explore options so that I could come back at a later time and fulfill those options. In those options, I wanted to look at maybe a actual campsite. Can you go someplace, throw out a tent, put it up, and get your food and your grill and all that kind of stuff? And more importantly, how do you get those things? If you're a foreigner, as I would be called in Korea, because I would be a foreigner, who goes to Korea, how would I get into or borrow, rent, whatever, a camping area and the camping necessities? Because I have all what I need here. But I can't throw these, unless I'm made of a lot of money, I can't throw these on a plane and take them with me. Especially this guy. It was hard parting with this new Jeep of mine when I went to Korea, but I got through it. I wanted to explore 3, I think, main areas of basic camping and exploration, hiking, thought process of those types of things, even further into a glamping camping ground where things are already provided for you. There is a place that I explored that was outside Hudong, actually the name of the city. Beautiful place, by the way, where we got to see one of the greatest things that I've seen in nature. Is in Hudong, they actually have for miles cherry trees lining all the streets, and they are mature, overlapping each other. Hopefully I'm showing you a couple photos here that runs for miles in this smaller city, miles of roads of this stuff, beautiful roads. And just outside the city, we actually found a camping, glamping type of site, and actually went with a gentleman and some family members and walked around the site. I'll show you the 3 or 4 different entities, buildings, features that you could rent while you're there, as well as they do actually have a couple smaller sites where you can throw up a tent. And even if the tent is out, it's open air, but they still have a covering, kind of like these decks here, but it's a covering. If it did rain, your tent would be relatively protected. Besides the camping, glamping type of aspect, there's other features such as, and this is a strange one, we'll probably cover that in a specific video a little bit later, but renting a gallery. And yes, you can do that. I actually went there to a place where you could rent this gallery, and while it would be on the side of glamping, it would be a location where you can go and have entertainment. If you were in Korea, you would do a team building event where you would just go there and have a good time, maybe even have business meetings there because they have a really big table, as an example of one of the places that I went. They also have a room that you can relax and rest. So doing that and having those areas where you can have a good time, have some team building, and then crash in that place. Maybe if you imbibe a little too much or got a little bit too late, you could hang out there. And then also one of the coolest features was not just what you can do with camping, but more importantly, how does a Korean or an American or a European, Mexican, a Canadian, or whatever, goes to Korea, what can you do? And how do you do it? I got to talk with a nice gentleman who owns a camping store. That's the store I mentioned. He owns this store and it has everything you could think of. So if you decided that you were going to move to Korea, there is actually a place where you can get stuff just like this. They even have the 12-volt refrigerators, big jugs for water, total containers for all kinds of stuff. And additionally, if you go to their dollar store, which is called Daiso, you can buy, and there's actually a section related to camping itself. In those 3-part videos, we're going to talk about the camping sites and glamping sites that you can go to. I give you one example. A gallery, which would be on the higher end of glamping, but you could still go out and visit nature and do fun things like that. And then, of course, lastly and not leastly, if that's even a word, how does that all tie together? So again, like I said, we interview this gentleman. He talks about camping costs, camping locations, what most campers would eat from the Korean side, which is interesting, not far off what you and I might do, and also what other involvements related to the mindset of campers. And you'd be surprised, but to many true campers, you would be impressed and go, wow, okay, everybody does this. You'll see what I'm talking about. I got to finish packing up. It looks like it might try to rain on us here in a little bit. I got to get everything set up so I can go out and spend the weekend with the wife doing our camping thing. I think this is going to be an eye-opening event for you. Like I said, we'll cover those 3 different aspects. Those will be soon to come. But guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I do appreciate your time, and I'm out.